Hey man, it's your boy Doc Wyatt here, coming here to talk to you about how to win in 2018. I'm going to give you 7 steps on how to win in 2018. Now I know 2017 was probably a good year for some of y'all, but everybody want to do better. If you had a great year, you could do better. If you had a bad year, you definitely could do a lot better. So man, I'm going to give you 7 tips on how to improve and make 2018 the best year of your life. So we're going to start with number one fact. The first thing you gotta do, you gotta have to develop faith. Faith is unseen, the ability to see things that are not there. It's sort of like, if I had to compare it to, it's sort of like Wi-Fi. You got powerful signals around you. Wi-Fi it's invisible, but it has the power to connect you to everything that you need and possibly want out of life. So man, stay focused on that. Try to develop your faith. Keep telling yourself positive thoughts. And develop your faith. You got to develop your faith muscle. So that's number one. You got to believe in yourself and develop faith. Number 2, you got to set goals and develop your game plan. Man, this is key. You have to really think about this one, man. You have to, the reason why most successful people, 90% of successful people obtain 90% more of their goals because they write them down. If you have goals, you got a plan, you got to write it down. Take the time to make it objectable and measurable. Take, for instance, if you want to make $100,000 this year. Say last year you made $60,000. This year you want to make $100,000, man. That should be a goal. Right down. This year I want to have on my W-2 or my 1099 or whatever the case may be that it says I've made $100,000 this year. If you want to have a certain amount in your bank account, let's say if you want to be able to write yourself a check for $1 million, man, you go to your checkbook, get a check out, make it out to yourself, put $1 million on there, sign it, put a date on what you want to have it by, stick it in your wallet, look at it every week or so, and make sure that it's coming to fruition. That's how you work on your subconscious mind. That's how you work on your mindset. Also, too, what you can do, man, is when you develop a plan, just so you can make sure that you're not having any regrets in life, you can take, how people will sometimes say that, oh man, if I know what I know now, if I was in high school, I would have did this, I would have studied harder, I would have worked harder, I would have did X, Y, Z, I wouldn't have ran with these people, I wouldn't have hung with these people, I probably would have did that. Well, you need to kind of increase that thought process by looking at your perspective from like if you was 80 years old. So if I was an 80-year-old man, I would probably say, man, what regrets would I have in my life if I look back? Was I scared to write the book? Was I scared to do the screenplay? Was I scared to start the business? You don't want to have any of those regrets when you're looking back on your life, just like you do when you look at when you were in high school, back when you were in high school. Because I know some things I probably could have did better. I probably could have, practiced harder at basketball. I probably could have study a little harder. I probably could have got an A student because when I did go to college, I met people who had full ride scholarships. All these people, I was like, damn, how come I don't have a full ride scholarship? I'm here, I gotta get a loan, I gotta pay off my loan, I'm worried about, money. Most kids would, had those scholarships. They didn't have those type of issues. Like my education's paid for. Why? All because I took the time to study and improve myself while I was in high school. So look at your situation from being an 80-year-old person and looking back to see if you wouldn't have any regrets. So that's key number 2. Number 3, you got to work on your mindset. You got to become mentally tough. That's key. It's gonna be hard out here. So you're gonna run into some roadblocks, some stumbling blocks, some hurdles, some obstacles. Nothing's gonna come easy. Nothing's gonna be free. It's a gentleman out there. His name is Murphy. Murphy always comes around when you're trying to do good and you're trying to make sure that you're trying to get your life in order. His last name is Law. Murphy Law. Man, every time he gets wind of he's trying to do something good, guess what? He's gonna look at your hopes and dreams. He's going to give him the big middle finger. It's kind of like the Allstate guy, the mayhem guy. All they want to do is destruction, destroy and cause calamity in your hopes and your dreams. But you can also always get payback on these guys. Mayhem and Murphy's Law. What you can do, man, you work hard to become successful, and you can give them the middle finger right back. So work on those things, man. You got to be mentally tough. You got to be harder than what your life is. You got to be tougher than what your life is. Life is tough, so that means you got to be tougher than your life is, man. So you got to work hard on these things and really focus on reaching your goals and your dreams. Number 4, it's very key. You got to find a mentor. Why? Because success leaves footprints. You don't want to have to, reinvent the wheel, blaze your own trail. That's cool, but sometimes you have a mentor that can help alleviate a lot of stress and strife and get you to your goals a lot faster than what you can on your own. So, let's say, for instance, if you want to open up a restaurant, this is your year, your goal, your plan is your dream is to open up a restaurant or have a food truck or something. You probably need to find somebody who's already done that and bumped their head 1,000 times and had those success stories and failures that they can share with you. Because, so if you want to find a guy with a restaurant, look it up, Google it, go on LinkedIn. There's a million ways that you can find people who are willing to help you do your dreams. So I'll take it a step further. If your goal is to open up a restaurant, why not increase your goals? Why not make them, why not maximize them? Why not make them supersize? Find somebody who has 5 restaurants. I'm sure their story is a lot different than from the person who has 1. So that way, once you expand your mind beyond what your regular thoughts are, you won't be the same person. I'll guarantee you, you'll definitely become a better person and have bigger dreams and strive that much harder. So, find a mentor, follow it, ask them for their advice, and you'll be surprised how many people will want to help you if you just ask. If you open up your mouth, people have a wealth of knowledge. Sometimes they want to share that knowledge with you. Some people may want to keep it to themselves, but the majority of people have had experience in life and business. They don't mind sharing some of the things that they went through, because people like to talk, people like to share, people like to make connections and network. Number 5. The key to this number 5 is very important. Don't be afraid to fail, because, like I say, failure is going to come, but don't be afraid, because it's going to happen. It happens all the time. You're going to have wins and losses. Your job is to make sure that you win way more than what you lose. So if you're keeping score at home, always have this column be a lot bigger than the loss column. When I talk about failures, I felt a lot, especially trying to get one of my business off the ground. It took me 4 times to apply for an SBA loan before they actually gave me one. Because the first time I didn't know what I was doing. I had a rinky-dink packet for my business plan. I maybe had 5 or 6 pages. I threw it together. They told me I need a business plan. I thought I could just put something together, go down there, shake hands, and they're gonna cut me a check on the spot. Nah, that's not how it works. So, and also too, my financial, I probably even had them written in crayon the first time I went down there. They told me what I did wrong. They told me to go back and get my business plan, get my financials in order, get my banking in order. I did that, went back. It was a little bit better, but I didn't really give it the 100% that the project deserved. So they told me no again. I went back again. They said, you're almost there, but still, we're not gonna give you no money. Good try. And I don't even know if they were just playing with me, but the 4th time I went there, I had everything. I invested in an accountant. I had somebody review my business plan. I met with a guy who specialized in making business plans and writing them out. I put all those things together, and guess what? They gave me the cash shoulder. So, it took a lot of hard work for me to do that, but I wasn't ready for doing real business at that time, because I had no idea what some of those things. I had to mature in my thought process and my business process and my business finance process, so in order for me to get to the level that I need to be, because they would have gave me that money, I would have blew straight through it and didn't know what was going on and what happened. So it's very key when you're trying to do that, man. You're gonna have to recognize that you're gonna fail, but don't Just take the failure, take it to learn from it, grow from it, and then you will have eventually have success. All right. Number 6, you got to get started right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. You got to do what you can with what you have. A lot of people always want to say, "Oh, I gotta have this. I gotta have this in order. I gotta have the job. I gotta get my money. Then I gotta have I don't have the contacts. And I got." Man, stop it. Do what you can with what you got right now. You can't wait for all your ducks to get in a row or land in a pond and everything fall in the right places. All the pieces come together, and then you can start and then have the perfect scenario for starting your business or your hopes and your dreams. Stop it. That's not gonna happen. So you might as well just get used to it. Your ducks probably never gonna line up the way you want them to. If it did, you found a unicorn. Congratulations. But for the majority of us, you're gonna have to put the ducks in a row yourself. So you have to work hard, find out everything. You have to do a lot of leg work and pretty much get started right now. Start with what you have, with what you got right now. You don't need the best equipment. You don't need all the finances. You can start from a low grade situation. I have a great example of that. I met a lady last year, a young lady last year. She had a career crash. She ended up having to become homeless. She became homeless, and she was living in a homeless shelter. And certain nonprofit organizations that would come around and hold interviews, and then after you pass your interview process or whatever, if you are eligible for a stipend, they'll give you a little stipend of some money so you go get food and toiletries and all those different things while you're there in the shelter. So what this lady did, she took the money, she went and bought she had to eat, so she went to go get sandwiches, lunch meat, all these type of things to make a nice sandwich. She also bought a small sandwich maker. So in her mind, she said a light bulb went off. She said, if I eat this, there's no telling when I'm going to get some more money. So I have to make some money somehow or do something. So what she did, she made some sandwiches, and people say they were pretty good. So she took some of the sandwiches down to the farmer's market, and she sold the sandwiches. And then with the money that she made, she went back and bought more sandwiches. Now she's able to eat, but then she's also making small little profits. So people started raving about these sandwiches and wanted to come back to the farmer's market. All the customers say, "You're gonna come back and want some more sandwiches. It's pretty good." And and one thing led to another. So she parlayed that sandwich maker and the sandwiches that she got from the homeless shelter and making these sandwiches. She parlayed that into opening up a restaurant. Now her restaurant is one of the top-rated restaurants in Atlanta. So she started what she had from homeless to with a sandwich maker to own her own top-rated restaurant in Atlanta. Now that's a perfect example of doing what you can with what you have right now at the present time. And the last thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is don't give up, don't stop, don't quit. Man, you got the whole year. It's January right now. By the time December 31st, 11:59 p.m., you still got all that time to reach your goals, attain your goals, and do everything that you need to do possible to make things happen, man. And also, too, I would say, man, stop taking the easy route. The easy route, the easy lane, the express lane to the easy path is crowded. It's crowded. It's bumper to bumper. All you see is red lights all the way down that street. Man, you gotta stop that. You gotta get off the road. You gotta get on the road that's less traveled. And you gotta go the extra mile. There's no traffic jams along the extra mile. Remember that, because a lot of people don't want to take the extra mile. So, man, if you do those things, man, those 7 tips, I'm sure you're gonna have a fantastic year. You're gonna reach your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. You're gonna be able to provide for your family, friends, have a great time, have a great life and wonderful experiences. So until next time, man, I'm gonna sign off. This is Doc Wyatt, man. Keep the standards high.